There's no doubt the hardcore in Minecraft is the toughest challenge you can face, and I've streamed this on Twitch. But I wanted to bring a series over to YouTube so you guys can see what I can do in hardcore Minecraft. The only difference with this world is we are turning health regeneration off. Food doesn't heal us, so we're going to need massive amounts of gold for golden apples, potions, which means conquering a nether, and eventually even fighting a wither to get beacons to regenerate our health. And that's not even including fighting the dragon. This is ultra hardcore. We're going to start this like every other world and get the basic tools we need. Wood, stone, and iron, of course. And what better way to get iron than from an iron golem? And now it's time for some high seas adventuring. I love exploring shipwrecks early game because they've always got plenty of resources available. And it's usually a really safe way of getting early game iron. Hang on, can you guys hear something? Well, that was a little bit of a close call. Next, it was time to go in search of a dark oak forest, and this for 3 reasons. Firstly, the saplings that dark oak trees drop. We need plenty of these because we need this wood type in our builds. Secondly, we're going to need lots and lots of apples. And dark oak trees drop them in abundance. Lastly, we're going to need mushrooms because without these, we're not going to be able to survive early game. We can use these to our advantage because with oxide daisies, we can make a suspicious stew that will help us regenerate our health very, very easy. And that means we don't have to put ourselves in danger in search of gold in caves. Thanks to picking up a treasure map in the sunken ship, it was time to go and get more loot. And this buried treasure gave us plenty of iron, as well as a little bit more gold so we can get our first golden apple. With all those materials gathered, it was time to set up a place to call home. But this little guy had an important message to tell you.
Hello.
I'm just grabbing some surface coal at the minute. We'll try and avoid this guy in the distance here. We just need a little bit of extra coal for smelting. I want to talk a little bit about what we've got planned for this series. I'm a builder and I'd like to make an absolutely fantastic kingdom. I think that's what my plan is. Let me just show you the area in which we're going to be probably living. I found this area in the seed when I was having a little seed hunt early on, and I absolutely love these mountains. Honestly, they look so beautiful. On the other side of the big spiky mountain, that's where spawn is. We are right next to this beautiful village as well, situated in all these lovely snowy icy capped mountains. But this village will serve as well for getting up and setting up early. Let me just take you to the top of this little meadow area and have a look at these beautiful mountains from up here. This is going to be the place in which we build our base on. I think it's got a great backdrop. There's a lot of great terrain nearby. But before we can even do any of that, I really need to grind. This is one huge jump, but I've managed to get a lot of progress done since last time we spoke. You can see I've already got a super simple iron farm thanks to ENX04, whose design I've used for this. Check the link in the description to find out how to build this. I've been passively collecting iron from this whilst working in the area, and let me tell you, it's made a huge difference to this early game start. We've got a simple crop farm with an auto bone meal maker from spare seeds after harvesting. This bone meal is super useful for staying alive. Next, we have our super complicated mushroom growing area. This roof allows us to grow tall mushrooms where we can easily harvest them and make suspicious stews to keep us alive. I've also done a lot of tree chopping. The last piece of this early game puzzle are the villagers. These morons have managed to help me get good early game gear, which is keeping me alive. I used Logical Geek Boy's villager breeder to get what I needed and then removed it so we can relocate it to a better spot later. But without all of these, we would be going even slower. We've gone from this to this. And using iron as our main trade for emeralds, we were able to get all the enchantments and gear we needed to keep ourselves safe, although I may have lost some sanity breaking all those lecterns. We've managed to get ourselves into a position where we can finally go caving in this ultra hardcore world. I need to gather a lot of resources. There's a lot of stone that I need to get. Coal was needed for smelting even more stone and cobblestone. We of course needed everybody's favorite block, which is diorite. And we definitely needed tuff for the base of our castle build. I'm not gonna lie, it got a little bit scary down here. So much so that I thought it best we move out of the deep caves and head back towards the surface. But I also spotted this enderman and he was placing a gravel block. I never get to see that happen. Whoa. Oh man, that was far too close for comfort. We need to go. On our way out, I spotted this geode just peeking out of the wall. And we need loads, and I mean loads of calcite for our build. But we'll leave the amethyst for now. It's not often I get to show off my PvE skills, but I like to do it in style. With the really successful caving experience we've just had, I thought it was time to gather our materials and get to work on our mega castle build for this episode. It's super important that we prepare the area. So that's what we did here. We flattened off the top of the meadow, laid out our footprint, and got to building. Oh boy, there we go. That's a complete episode 1. Look at that. I'm in awe with this. I absolutely adore it. Let's go and have a little closer look around the castle grounds though. We've got our gatehouse, which I quite like. It looks pretty practical. Here's our courtyard. There's a little well in the middle, and we'll just head down to the storage area underneath the keep. There's going to be an item sorter for some bulk items in here and some general storage, but we'll pretty that up later. Let's go and have a little look upstairs at the keep. Inside here, we've got 2 levels. This level will probably be a main banquet hall, and then up here, a little bit of a place to rest and sleep. And I love the views from outside these windows, looking down over onto the village there. And then just behind us, we can see the peaks of the mountains. And I love these little glimpses as well. They're amazing. Let's head outside of the keep now, and we'll go and show you the other storage area that we've got at the minute, which is where we moved into in the castle, which is just here. Honestly, this is really rough and ready at the minute. There's nothing exciting inside, but guys, that's about it for this episode. I'll see you in episode 2 when we expand this kingdom further. See ya!